you listening to fake news? Hi, I'm Sean.
I'm Rhonda. What lies are you believing? Do you even know?
Sometimes the negative feelings that we're having are a sign of something deeper that's taking place in our heart.
So they're covering up something, and we need to dig a little bit and see what exactly is it I'm feeling.
You know, we could be having what we call lies in our heart about ourselves.
So this is one aspect of lies that we want to be looking at, or fake news. So basically, when things that were difficult for us happened in the past, what did I say about myself as a result of it?
Am I believing something that's not really true about myself because of a negative experience that happened in my past?
You know, that's really real to me, because as a young lady, I felt like nobody wanted to hear what I had to say. And so I would just mumble and just kind of trail off my sentences. And I realized one day I was doing that because I just felt unimportant. I had believed a lie about myself and believed that nobody cared what was going on with me.
And you know what? That makes an impact then when we get married in the way we interact with our spouse.
Yes, because there were things that would happen with Sean. He didn't mean that at all. But some things that he did would communicate that to me, and it would hurt my feelings.
And then I get a response, and I wonder, wow, I wonder where that came from.
So we have to be able to talk about these things. You might think of a different lie about yourself that you've believed. Think back. When I feel negatively, what do I feel about me? What do I believe my spouse is saying? And really, they're probably not saying that.
That's right. We want to have a positive view of ourselves and not think that our spouse is projecting something negative on us.
What might we be believing about our spouse that's a lie? Because the same thing can go in the other direction.
That's right. We don't want to make assumptions about what we think our spouse is saying. We need to really come right out and ask, hey, it sounds like you're saying this. What are you really trying to communicate to me?
Assumptions can be hurtful in the marriage relationship because we're not taking the time to really know.
We need to dig beneath the surface and investigate. Have a real curiosity about what does my spouse intend to say to me, not just how am I interpreting that.
Because for women, we can interpret our husband's responses as, wow, that felt insensitive or rude or uncaring to me.
You know, we need to think about it like we're communicating into another culture. When we go into another country that has different customs and cultures than our own, you know, we can see different hand signals or different expressions or tones of voice that mean something different depending on where in the world you are.
Right, and just because it feels a certain way doesn't mean it's true, because my feelings and emotions are not an accurate measure of what my spouse intended.
There's different ways that we communicate in the male culture that are different than the female culture.
Right. And so it's better to be inquisitive and curious and ask questions. Hey, when you said this, it felt like this to me. Was that what you meant?
That is so good. I've done my fair share of making assumptions about what I thought was going on.
Right. Another thing to think about are the knee-jerk reactions.
Goodness, and those
That's fun.
Yeah, those are just things without even thinking. We make certain responses.
So basically, the emotional center, or the amygdala in the brain, hijacks the rational or emotional centers when it deems that we're being attacked, even if we're being emotionally attacked.
You know, those are times that we find ourselves pulling back or withdrawing because I think I'm being attacked right now, and so maybe like a turtle pulls into its shell, we start to pull away.
Or we might get aggressive. It basically stirs up that fight or flight response because our brain is telling us, oh my goodness, you're not safe right now. Your spouse is not a safe place for you. You should run and hide, or you should attack and defend yourself.
And that's not true. We need to be drawing closer to each other.
Right.
So if we find in our relationship, I'm pulling away, I'm closing up, you want to pay attention to that. What's making you close up or pull away from your spouse?
And if we recognize the amygdala hijack, will we surrender to that? Or will we take control and say, no, this is not true? My spouse is not attacking me. I do not need to defend myself. I need to ask my spouse some questions. Hey, that felt negative to me. What did you mean by that?
Help me to interpret that correctly. What are you trying to say right now? So why not make a list about some of the things that you know have been lies about yourself or about your spouse?
And also consider, what happened the last time you felt that amygdala hijack? What could you do differently next time to take control?
Are you going to believe the fake news, or are you going to dig deeper to find out the truth?